Welcome to Leaning Into Your Leadership from Seasonal Pathways. I'm Robin Stevenson, the CEO and founder of Seasonal Pathways. And here is what I really want to share with you today.
One of the fascinating things we do know about the human body is that we accumulate a mass of information, and then what happens is our brain has to find a place for all that information to go, to have sense made out of it, and then it is able to be utilized. This is an impact on our life and even on our professional life. During our professional career, we have seasons just like we have seasons in life. When a topic of incredible value comes across our brain, and it sparks this desire to really want to learn more. As we go through that process of learning more about that specific area, we start out as immature in that subject, and then we gain more knowledge, and we start to put that knowledge to use. And then we even get to the point where we have a bit of mastery in that area. And then we see the great value that knowing more about that specific area has brought to us, maybe to our profession. And we want to share it with other people, either because we know it could be of value to them as well, and it may also be that the value of them learning that will not only benefit them, but it benefits you and your organization. Over the past couple of years, I've done quite a bit of travel and a lot of research with previous colleagues and with those that have the boots on the ground in the programs today. One of the most common desires and issues that is shared with me is how to be effective. Especially in today's world, there is so much attention out there on being a good leader, and there's so much that bombards us as to how to be a good leader, what trainings you need, and the amount of trainings available is massive. So narrowing your focus and really understanding both what you need and what's available to you. So keeping your eye, your focus, and your attention on your leadership sweet spot is how you're going to be effective in the season of your profession now. And if you're ready to climb that corporate ladder to go on to the next step, the only way that you're going to be successful is to be able to focus on your leadership sweet spot. So what is the leadership sweet spot and how do you find it? Well, let me walk you through how I found my sweet spot. First, you have to understand what your passion is. And my passion in the season of life is to leave a legacy that helps the next generation achieve effective executive leadership in ECE. Through education, research, and experience, I have found there to be three major components to achieving effective executive leadership. First of all, you need to understand the elements of successful leadership. Leaderships. And there are some principles and guidelines that you really do need to know well or master before you can be the effective executive leadership you want to be. You have to understand that there are stages of development both in our teachers and in our leadership teams. So understanding what those stages of teacher development or stages of leadership development are will help you then to know how you're going to focus, how you're going to support, and how you're going to mentor any one of those stages. The third component is really understanding what you as a leader need to do to coach different personalities and those personalities in specific stages. Now, here is the kicker. If you understand the elements of success, the strategies of teacher and leadership development, how to coach personalities and specific strategies, you put those three concentric circles together, right in the middle is the leadership sweet spot. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert or a know-it-all in all three of these components, but I've spent a lot of time practicing them and learning about them and honing my skills in these areas. So when I put those three together, that sweet spot for me is helping to provide the training and expertise and guidance to help that next generation achieve effective executive leadership in ECE. So here's an exercise I want you to do. I want you to think about, what are you passionate about? Now, it could be executive ECE leadership, but there could be a piece of that leadership. We have different things that really motivate us, and we want to spend time on it. So whatever it is that's whetting that appetite of yours right now, I want you to think about that. And then I want you to break it down into three things that you have to master to really be able to do that. See if you can come up with those three concentric circles, and what is it when you put those three concentric circles together will really be the sweet spot that you're looking for. I'm so interested in this exercise. I've provided a couple graphics for you, and if you want more about this subject, let me know and we will expand it. Otherwise, let me know what you came up with. Now, one of the ways you can test your leadership sweet spot is by providing maybe a blog about the subject, about your specific sweet spot area, or maybe even being a guest on our podcast. Let me know if you're interested in writing a blog for Seasonal Pathways website or being a guest at robin@seasonalpathways.com, and we'll talk about sharing your sweet spot. Hey, did you know we have a free webinar available for you? We sure do, and it's called Disc with a Twist. And if you are interested in knowing more about how to work with your staff and their personalities, be sure to take a look at this free webinar. It's at seasonalpathways.com. Free webinars. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you got something from this podcast that is going to be of great value and support to you. Please leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing and if this is resonating where you are in your leadership. If you need more support, check us out at seasonalpathways.com.